personal relationships with regards to personal development. So, ano bang connection nila? Ano bang meron sa kanila? So, now let us define personal relationship. What do we mean by personal relationships? So, these personal relationships refer to close connections between people formed by emotional bonds and interactions. So, these bonds often grow from and are strengthened by mutual experiences. So, when we say personal relationship, ito yung relationship na meron ka sa ibang tao. So, ito yung relationship na nakakapagbuo ng friendship, or some are nakakabuo ng intimate relationship. Yun nga yung tinatawag natin mga boyfriends or girlfriends or mga partners. So, yun yung personal relationship. Ito yung interaction mo with other people wherein you are sharing your mutual experiences. Ito yung mga madalas mong kasama, madalas mong kausap. So, those are the personal relationships. So, these can also include your family. So, when we say family, of course, you are having relationship with your family. So, this can include to your intimate relationship. Meron kasi talaga tayong family na super intimate, right? So, meron tayong family wherein they are also our friend. They are also our partners. So, family is included in personal relationship. Let us start with family. So, what I've said earlier is si family included siya sa personal relationship. So, let us define. So, family is defined as two or more persons who are related by birth, marriage, or adoption and who live together as one household. So, when we say family, of course, you are having a relationship with your family. So, when we say family, it varies person to person. So, iba-iba yung relationship ng bawat pamilya. So, it varies person to person. It is because no, some others, they are thinking that relationship with families are unique. So, some others are thinking that emotional connectedness is important when it comes to family. So, some others naman, even though they are apart, even though they are not living in one household, they still consider that person as family. So, depende po siya. So, depende sa kung paano mo nakikita ang family. Depende kung paano mo dinedevelop yung relationship mo sa sinasabi mong family or sa naiisip mo na family. So, that's why it varies person to person. And of course, when we say personal relationship, so kapag sinabi nating personal relationship with family, meron siyang characteristic or meron kang naiisip na dapat binibigay ng family mo or dun sa relationship ng family mo sa'yo. So, yung mga characteristics na sinasabi natin is yung support, mutual trust, regular interactions, shared belief and values, security, and a sense of community. So, you are going to feel that you are having a personal relationship with your family kapag na-feel mo yung mga characteristic na nabanggit natin. So, of course, if they are supporting you, if you are having the mutual trust, if you are having the interactions with them every day, or kung hindi man every day, at least it is a regular interaction. If you are having shared belief and values, hindi yung iba-iba po yung pananaw ninyo, iba-iba yung sinasabi ninyo, right? So, kapag ganon, so if you are already feeling the security and a sense of community, that means you are really having a personal relationship with your family. Ika nga ni Ben Stein, personal relationships are the fertile soil from which all advancement, all success, all achievement in real life grows. So that personal relationship starts with family. So your family is the fertile soil na nakakapagpabuo ng success, ng advancement mo sa buhay. So you need to develop your personal relationship with your family first. And now let us move to friends. So, a friendship can be thought as a close tie between two people that is often built upon mutual experiences, shared interests, proximity, and emotional bonding. So, when we say friends, anong unang-unang naiisip ninyo? So, ito yung mga madalas ninyong kasama, aside sa family, of course. Of course, si family given naman na lagi ninyo silang kasama. But friends, these are outside your home, or they can also be your home, right? So, kapag sinabi nating friends, ito nga yung may kayo, mutual experiences. Of course, when we say mutual experiences, ito yung mga nangyayari inside the school or outside the school. Of course, you are having the same experiences, right? Shared interest. You cannot be friend with other people kung hindi kayo parehas ng interest. Tama ba ko? So, you cannot be friend with other people kung lagi kayong opposite ng gusto. How can you share experience with them kung hindi kayo parehas ng interest? Right? So, proximity. So, when we say proximity, gaano ka ba kalapit sa kanya? Or gaano kayo kadalas magkasama? So, that is proximity. And also, emotional bonding. Of course, emotional bonding, alam naman natin to. So, you are sharing your experiences to them. You are sharing your how lonely you are, how sad you are, and how happy you are. So, that is emotional bonding. So, kapag malungkot si kaibigan, most often time, nalulungkot ka rin. Tama? Kapag masaya siya, you will also feel happy with them. Tama? So, friends are able to turn to each other in times of need. So, yun ang sinasabi ko. You are sharing all your feelings, all your thoughts to your friends. So, may mga nasasabi ka sa friend mo na hindi mo nasasabi sa family mo. That is personal relationship. So, kapag sinabi nilang friends, hindi po kasama dito si online friends. So, online friends don't count toward close ties. So, when we say online friends kasi, you do not have the proximity. So, nagkakausap lang kayo through screen, right? So, iba pa rin yung friend mo sa personal. Iba pa rin yung friend mo na nakakasama mo, nakakabanding mo, na share mo yung feelings mo. So, ayun, si online friend doesn't count with close ties. So, research indicates that a large online network isn't nearly as powerful as having a few and close real-life friends. So, kahit gaano pa kadami ang Facebook friends mo, okay? So, kahit gaano pa kadami mga online friends mo, iba pa rin yung power ng kokonting kaibigan sa personal, kokonting kaibigan na malapit sa'yo, kokonting kaibigan na lagi mong nakakasama. So, that is personal relationship with friends. And lastly, we have the partnerships. So, partnerships, this is romantic partnerships, including marriage, including close relationships formed between two people that are built upon affection, trust, intimacy, and romantic love. So, dito na pumapasok yung mga jowa ninyo. Tama? Boyfriends, girlfriends, partners, live-in partners, or kung ano man ang gusto niyo itawag. So, this is the partnership. So, it belongs to personal relationship, of course. So, as time goes by, may mga nakikilala kang tao wherein you can build affection, trust, intimacy, and of course, love. So, iba kasi yung love na binibigay mo sa family, iba yung love na binibigay mo sa friendship, at iba yung love na binibigay mo dun sa isang taong makikilala mo, wherein you will build partnerships or relationships. So, that is included with the personal relationship, of course. But these partnerships could include only two people. Okay? So, unlike sa family, marami kayo. Unlike sa friendship, you can build as much as friendship as you want. Right? But these partnerships are only built with two people. So, kahit ano man ang gender ninyo, as long as you love each other, as long as you are building affection, you are building trust, intimacy, or yung sa iba, of course, kung nasa adulthood, you are already planning for marriage. So, yun yung tinatawag nating partnerships that are included with personal relationships. So, ano ba yung sinasabi natin sa personal relationships or sa partnerships? So, ito yung mga karapatan ninyo kapag nasa relationship kayo. So, the right to emotional support, the right to be heard by the other and to respond as well, the right to have your own point of view, even if this differs from your partner's. So, gusto ko lang elaborate ito. Meron kang karapatan na magkaroon ng sarili mong point of view, even if it differs from your partner. Okay? So, huwag kayong magpapatali sa isang bagay na kapag gusto niya lang. Of course, you need to have a different point of view. So, iba-iba ang point of view ng tao. So, kahit partner mo na yan, o kahit na may relationship na kayo, so, it needs to differ from them. So, kung ayaw mo, you need to tell them. Okay? So, hindi yung dahil gusto niya lang, pero ayaw mo, pero pumayag ka pa rin. Okay? You need to respect your own self. You need to respect your own life as well. Kahit na may partner ka na or kahit na in a relationship ka na. Okay? The right to have your feelings and experiences acknowledged. Of course, katulad ng sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, you need to respect yourself. So, kailangan mo rin naman ma-acknowledge, tama? Kailangan mong magkaroon ng sarili mong feelings at experiences. So, hindi yung lagi na lang kayo ang magkasama, hindi yung kayo na lang lagi ang bumubuo ng experience. You need to have your own experiences na pang sarili mo lang. Okay? So, etong mga nabanggit kong ito, ano lang sila? Kokonting advice or kokonting karapatan kapag nasa in a relationship ka. Okay? The right to live free from criticism and judgment. Hindi dahil na jowa mo yan, hindi dahil na naka-in a relationship ka sa kanya or partner mo yan, may karapatan na siyang i-criticize ka or i-judge ka. Of course, hindi po pwede iyon. Okay? You need to know your rights. You need to know ano bang mga karapatan mo. The right to be respectfully asked rather than ordered. Okay? So, this is the last one. The right to be respectfully asked rather than ordered. Ano bang sinasabi natin dito? Hindi yung dahil gusto niya, okay, gagawin mo. Kailangan tatanungin ka muna niya. Okay? Hindi yung inuutusan ka niya na gawin mo yung isang bagay. Okay? So, this is just a little advice. I hope na matatandaan po ninyo ang mga pinagsasabi ko. Now, let us move to the importance of having a personal relationships. So, number 1, you can live longer. So, ang sinasabi nila na when you are having personal relationship, you can live longer. So, may isang review or study na ang sinabi nila as people with strong relationships are 50% less likely to die prematurely. So, hindi ka daw agad mamamatay if you are having a strong personal or social relationships. Next is you can be healthier. You can be healthier. So, research indicates that strong relationships contribute to health at any age. So, of course, no, kapag nga naman may personal relationship ka or if you are having relationship with other people, feeling mo, mas magaan ang loob mo, mas magaan ang pakiramdam mo. Tama? So, according to research by psychologist Cohen, so college students who reported having strong relationships were half as likely to catch a common cold when exposed to the virus. So, lalo na ngayon, we have the pandemic. So, itong research na to, this is as per the psychologist. So, I strongly believe na if you are having a strong relationship with other people, mas tumalakas yung resistensya mo. Next is, you can deal with stress. So, of course, if you are having the personal relationship, ang mangyayari, may isang tao kang napapag-vent out. Tama? Meron kang nasasabihan na kaibigan, may nasasabihan ka na pamilya, or may nasasabihan ka na partner. So, in the end, mas nadideal mo ng maayos yung stress mo kasi nakakapag-vent out ka or nailalabas mo yung stress mo. And lastly, you can feel richer. So, sino nga ba yung hindi sasaya or hindi yayaman kung napakarami mong kaibigan na nagmamahal sa'yo? Kung meron kang pamilya na nagmamahal sa'yo. Tama? So, yun doon pa lang, panalo ka na, mayaman ka na. On the other hand, ano naman ang mangyayari sa'yo kapag meron kang poor relationship with other or poor personal relationship? So, number 1, ito yung pwede kang ma-depress. So, depression. Depression, so loneliness has long been commonly associated with depression. So, bakit ka nga ba lonely? It is because you don't have the personal relationship, right? So, bakit ka nga ba nade-depress? It is because wala kang ibang taong pwedeng pagsabihan. Wala kang kaibigan, wala kang pamilya, or wala kang personal relationship partner, right? So, in the end, you will feel depressed. Next is decreased immune function. So, yun nga, merong ulit isang research wherein they found a correlation between loneliness and immune system dysregulation. So, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, yung depression or loneliness has been associated with depression. So, ang nangyayari, if you are depressed or lonely, so yung immune function mo bumababa. So, ang mangyayari sa'yo, mas madali kang dapuan ng sakit. And lastly, we have the high blood pressure. So, bakit ba? Bakit ba related dito si high blood pressure? Of course. So, kapag kinikimkim mo yung lungkot, yung sakit, so hindi mo na ilalabas hindi ka nakakapag-vent out, wala kang napagsasabihan. So, anong nangyayari? So, kinikimkim mo. In the end, pwede kang magkaroon ng high blood pressure. So, these high blood pressures indicate that the effects of isolation. So, of course, dahil wala kang personal relationship, you tend to isolate yourself. Nagkukulong ka sa bahay, wala ka na pagsasabihan. So, in the end, yun nga, ang nangyayari sa'yo, you can have the high blood pressure, you will be depressed, or you will be having, or you will experience decreased immune function. So, these are the 25 most common relationship problems. So, I think you are already experiencing this one. So, you are already having relationship problems with your family, with your friends, or with your partner. So, familiar na kayo sigurado sa mga to. So, we have the affairs, infidelity or cheating, stress, life transitions, lack of support, significant personal disappointment, sexual issues, bored, lack of responsibility, manipulation, depression, significant differences, jealous partner, unrealistic expectations, lack of communication, differences in opinion, life stages, family issues, addictions, poor division, long-term stress, life events, violence, excessive reliance, lack of concern, and unsupportive partner. So now, as a teenager, nakailan na ba kayo dito sa relationship problem? So these are 25. So, assess yourself. Ilang relationship problem na ba ang naranasan mo? Ilang relationship problem na ba ang dinanas mo? Or nararanasan mo ngayon? Okay? So, you need to assess yourself. That is your assignment. After knowing the 25 most common relationship problems, now let us move to how are you going to nurture your relationships. So, number 1, you need to connect with your family. So, nowadays, one of the biggest challenges for families is to stay connected. Lalo na ngayon, napaka-busy na ng world natin, right? Napaka-busy na ng bawat bagay na nangyayari sa atin. So some of you are studying, so your parents may be working, your sisters or brothers are also working. So ang nangyayari, hindi na kayo nagkakaroon ng time para mag-communicate. But you at least need to stay connected. So isang research daw ang ginawa ni Blue Zones. So, ang nakita nila, ang naging result sa research is that the healthiest, longest living people in the world all have something in common. And that something in common is they put their families first. So, ayun. So, you need to connect with your family. So, your family will give you the support, will give you the trust, will nurture you as you grow old, will support you all the way. So, you can also do that with your friends. So, you need to also connect with your friends. So, hindi lang sa family. Because some of you, we may understand that some of you, your families are far away from you. So, ang nagiging sandalan niya lang ay ang mga friends ninyo. So, you need to also connect with your family or your friends. Next is practice gratitude. When we say gratitude, it is like a positive emotions wherein you are giving thanks or you are thankful and grateful for everything that you have. So in that way, you are already nurturing your relationships. Diba? If you know how to say thank you, if you are being grateful with the simple things, if you are being happy with the small things, that means you are already nurturing your relationship with the people around you. Next is learning how to forgive. Of course, how are you going to nurture the relationship kung hindi ka marunong magpatawad? May mga kasabihan, di ba? I can forgive but I cannot forget. Tama? So, for me, that's okay. At least you can still forgive. But in the meantime, or as time goes by, for me, makakalimot ka rin. Right? For me, as time goes by, mababawasan din yung bigat ng loob na nararamdaman mo. As time goes by, matututunan mo rin makalimot sa mga masasamang nangyari or sa mga hindi magandang nangyayari sa'yo. Right? So, you are already nurturing your relationship if you are forgiving. Okay? So, hindi lang tayo dapat take ng take. So, hindi lang dapat tayo mapagmataas na loob. So, we need to maging humble. Okay? Next, be compassionate. Compassion is the willingness to be open to yourself and others, even in painful times, with a gentle, non-judgmental attitude. So, when you feel compassionate toward another person, whether a romantic partner, a friend, a relative, or family, you open the gates for better communication and a stronger bond. So, when we say compassion kasi, it is like you are putting yourself in the situation of other people. So, for example, your friend is sharing with you. And then you are being compassionate by listening to her, giving her a little piece of advice. So, it is being compassionate. That means you are already nurturing your relationship with that person. Next is learning how to accept others. So, hindi naman po importante na yung mga gusto mo lang, sila lang yung tinatanggap mo. Yung mga gusto mo lang, sila lang ang kinakausap mo. You cannot nurture relationship, you cannot nurture your friendship or your partnership with them if you do not learn how to accept them. Okay? So, you need to accept all these small flaws. You need to accept the little failures as well. So, it is also important to be accepting of the other person in the relationship. Diba? Paano ka makakabuo ng perfect or trustworthy relationship if you don't know how to accept? Right? And next, create rituals together. So, when we say rituals, ano ba to? So, it is something that simple things na ginagawa nyo ng sabay. Like, for example, in terms of family, you are creating rituals by having dinner together, praying together, so attending mass together. So, ayun, yun yung mga rituals na pwede ninyong gawin when it comes to family. So, Pagdating naman sa mga friendship, you can create some schedules like, okay, let us watch movie by Friday. So, or at least you are having this already scheduled time na. For example, every Sunday you are already meeting your partner. Every Sunday you are having lunch with your boyfriends or girlfriends, like that. So, when it comes to friendships naman, so, ano naman siya, for example, you are reviewing together. Although online lang naman, nowadays, marami na siyang na-offer na facade, di ba? So, as a real contact. So, pwede na kayong mag-video chat, pwede na kayong mag-Zoom meeting, pwede na kayong mag-conference, pwede na kayong mag-Google Meet, right? So, marami na kayong means to communicate wherein you can create rituals together. And lastly, you need to spend the right amount of time together. So, meron kasi tayong sinasabi na pag sobra-sobra mo na siyang nakakasama, nagsasawa ka na. Tama ba ako? Or do you experience that as well? So, ayun. Gallup researchers, Jim Harter and Raksha Arora found that people who spend 6 to 7 hours per day socializing tend to be the happiest. In contrast, those who have zero interactions feel more stressed. So, ayun. Isa siyang research wherein they already found out na yung mga madalas na nagsusocialize 6 to 7 hours per day tend to be the happiest. And ang kabaliktaran naman yung mga mahilig magkulong ng bahay or wala talagang social contact at all, they feel more stressed. Katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, they feel more stressed because they think that they are alone. They don't know how to communicate with people. They do not nurture their relationship with other people as well. Knowing when to give your time to others and when to take some time for yourself can be crucial in maintaining balance, healthy relationships, as well as emotional well-being. Kasi may mga times na parang napapasobra na yung pagbibigay mo ng oras sa ibang tao and nakakalimutan mo na magbigay ng oras sa sarili mo. As a teenager, you need to balance it. As a teenager, you need to know when you need to know when, kung kailan ba kayo kailangan na lumabas, kailan nyo kailangan na mag-socialize. So, do I need me time? So, kailangan ko bang pagbigyan muna ang sarili ko or pagbibigyan ng kaibigan ko? Okay? You need to balance for your well-being as well, for your healthy emotional well-being. Always remember, the secret to happy, loving personal relationships comes from grace and gratitude. How to keep a healthy relationships. The relationships that you make in your youth years will be a special part of your life and will teach you some of the most important lessons about who you are. In a healthy relationship, both partners are treated with kindness and respect, are honest with each other, like to spend time together, take an interest in things that are important to each other, respect one another's emotional, physical, and sexual limits, and lastly, can speak honestly about their feelings. So you need to remember, these are the pointers of a healthy relationships. Making the decision, deciding whether or not to have sex. So, this is a, ano bang tawag natin dito? Crucial part as a teenager or crucial part as you grow old, okay? The decision of whether or not to have sex is up to you as well, and you alone. Therefore, don't be afraid to say no if that's how you feel. So, especially for girls. Of course, this topic is sensitive for most of the girls. So, remember girls, don't be afraid to say no if that's how you feel. Okay? Decision should be mutual. Hindi yung dahil pinilit ka lang niya, you will say yes. Hindi dahil sa gusto lang niya, you will say yes. Hindi dahil sa mahal mo siya, you will say yes. Okay? The decision is up to you and you alone. Ikaw lang ang makakapag-decision if you are going to give it, if you are going to surrender it. You need to ask yourself, girls, or for the males as well, am I really ready to have sex? How am I going to feel after I have sex? Am I doing this for the right reasons? How do I plan to protect myself or my partner from sexually transmitted infections or pregnancy? How am I going to feel about my partner afterwards? So the decision is up to you, boys and girls, male and female, men and women. You need to ask yourself first. These are the questions that you need to internalize before you do such things. Okay? So this is just a little reminder that you need to respect yourself. Okay? So you need to give yourself time. Okay? So makakapaghintay yan. Right? So, wag po tayong padalos-dalos sa mga decision natin. So, for the boys, wag pong padalos-dalos. You can already have kids. For the girls, okay? You can be pregnant. You can have you can acquire the sexually transmitted infections. Remember, okay? So, you need to be careful and you need to respect yourself. You need to be disciplined towards yourself. Relationships are necessary for our survival as a species and as an individual. Relationships define our own humanity because through our interaction with others, we learn about human behavior and emotions and how to communicate with each other. So remember na yung relationship is very important with humankind. Okay? So this is the way how are we going to communicate with them, how are we going to know the behavior or the emotions of other people. So that's it for our lesson number 9. I hope you learned something